E noho mai koutou. Please be seated. O tēnei te rūrū te koukou mai nei ki hai mā whitiwhiti ki hai mā rokoroko te tūpokanui a te rūrū te re ko he pōhe ao. Kāwatia ti hei Māori ora. Te mihi tuatahi ki te mātūnu e te rangi. Nā mea katoa i pā, tēnā rā koe anō hoki e tō whaia papatua no ko kei waho. Tako tō mai, tako tō mai, tako tō mai. E ngā ātua, ngā kōrua, ngā mihi. Anō hoki e ngā mate, o tēnā whānau, o tēnā marae, o tēnā hapu. Tako tō mai, haere. Haere ki Hawaii nui, Hawaii roa, Hawaii pāmāmao. Nau reira, kua waiho haha mātou te pō ki te pō, ka hoki mai ki te ao kā ti. E ngā manuhiri tuaraki, o kutua kana, ngā rangatira, nau mai, haere mai, tauti mai rā. Tauti mai rā tuatahi ki te whenua o te wahi paunamu. I raru i te maru o te mauka āriki koaoraki. Te uri o tahu pōtiki, te iwi o ngai tahu. Te mana o te whenua o ngai tuahuriri. Nau reira, koutou mā, nau mai, haere mai, tauti mai rā. Tauti mai rā anō hoki ki te whare wānanga o Waitaha. Ki te tautoko ana, te whitiwhiti kōrero, te kaupapa whakihirihira mō koutou, mō mātou hoki, ara te whakapōtaitanga o rātou. Me o koutou whetu marama. Nau reira, i hoa mā, raurangatira mā, nei te tai o konei i mihi atu ki a koutou katoa, e ngā wai tapu e riri ana e te noko o te whenua. Nau reira, ngā mihi. E ngā ākonga. Ka atu tēnei ki te mihi miharo ki a koutou katoa. I raru i te maru o te mana mō mātou, te whare wānanga nei, ke te mihi ki a koe mi o koutou mahi ki te kāhui o te mātauranga. Kua tai mai mātou, me rātou, tō whānui, ke te tautoko, ke te mihi, ke te awhi ki a koutou whakapōtaitanga. Nau reira, koutou mā, tēnā koutou. Nau reira, i hoa mā ngā mihi. Anō hoki, te tumuake, John, me ngā mema o te runanga, me ngā tumuake o te whare wānanga, ngā pukinga, ngā ākunga. Tēnā koutou, ki te whakamana, te whitiwhiti kōrero o te rā nei. Nau reira, i hoa mā, tēnā koutou katoa. Very briefly, on behalf of Ngāi Tahu, it is indeed my privilege and my honour to be afforded the first words on behalf of the tribe and alongside the university to extend our welcome to you. In doing so, and by way of literal translation, acknowledging those who have passed from the deities who created our society and the world as we know it, to those who have passed more recently into the night. In acknowledging those in the night, we also acknowledge those in the light. To those who have travelled from afar, as family members and of friends of the shining stars of this university, our greetings to you and our welcome to this land of greenstone, this land of the people of Ngāi Tahu and of the mana whenua of Tuahuriri. Also, on behalf of the university, a welcome and joining with us in the celebration of this most important day. Finally, and of course to the graduates, our congratulations to you for reaching the first mountain, the first peak of the first mountain of the epitome of knowledge. Our acknowledgement to you and of course to the Chancellor, Senior Management and Faculty of the University. Greetings. Nau reira, i hoa mā, raurangatira mā o kutua kana, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai tātou katoa. Kia ora.
Good afternoon. I welcome you to the University of Canterbury and invite all present to stand, remove trenches, and join in singing the Maori and English versions of the first verse of the national anthem as in your program and displayed on the screens behind me. Please be seated. Ka tangi te titi, ka tangi te kaka, ka tangi hoki aho, tihei moriora. Ro rangatira ma, no mai, piki mai, haere mai ki te whare wānanga o Waitaha. No rera, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou katoa. It is a pleasure for me to welcome you to this University of Canterbury graduation ceremony as I serve a second year as your elected Chancellor. I can report to you that the University is in good heart. After the worst that nature threw at us in 2010 and 2011, the University has delivered 2 full years now of teaching and research, and at the beginning of a 3rd year is well set along the path to recovery. Recovery which in itself catalyses hope for a better and brighter future and brings with it a sense that we are regaining control of our own destiny. As our Vice-Chancellor has observed, we are not out of the woods yet, but the dedication and hard work of our university community have brought us safely through thus far. And the resilience of our staff and the persistence of you, our students, are the indelible hallmarks of our response to the most extraordinary period in the university's long history. The signs of recovery are all around, not least in the remediated buildings and new facilities which one by one have come on stream after the summer break and will continue to do so. What is less visible, but even more demanding on our staff and the Council alike, is the relentless work which is going into building a new relationship with the government as our principal stakeholder, based on the government's announced support for UC as a world-class university and its preparedness to invest in our strategic development plans. It is expected that our business case for that support and investment under the UC Futures rubric will have been considered by Cabinet within the next few months. A favourable outcome would lend new vigour and stimulus not only to the University of Canterbury, but to our city and our region and to the nation itself. So much for the future. Now is the time for celebration and congratulations to our graduands. It is the time to acknowledge their talents, their commitment to the goals they set themselves, and the disciplines they imposed upon themselves, in many cases years ago. This is the time to celebrate not only their hard work, but also their resilience, because winning a university qualification never comes easily. This is an occasion our graduands will remember for the rest of their lives. I hope that from time to time they recall not just today's triumph, but also the setbacks, disappointments and doubts they encountered and had to overcome to be here, ready to graduate today. Our great admiration goes out to those graduands who found ways to manage the challenges of our recent everyday life here in Canterbury and the competing demands of study, family life, and a working career. We especially acknowledge those for whom university once seemed a daunting prospect, something out of reach, an impossible dream. This might have been because of a disability, because they had tried university once and failed, because they had not studied in many years, because English was not their first language, or simply because they were the first down all the generations and centuries of their family to have had both the desire and the opportunity to go to university. I was one of those, and I know that many of you are too. It is a time as well to acknowledge and thank the two most important groups who have contributed to the success of our graduands. The university faculty, those lecturers, tutors and support staff who gave so freely of their knowledge, time and assistance. And those family members, whānau and friends who supported those graduating today, the ones who offered practical help and encouragement in times of stress and anxiety. They were critical to your eventual success. Let us note as a community and as a nation how much we will benefit from the achievements of our graduands. They are those who have the greatest potential to make a difference. They will contribute knowledge of the latest research and developments in their field. They take with them the ability to think on a higher intellectual level. And as they depart, they leave behind with us the electric charge of success, which is so critical to the reinvention of the university. Many will become leaders in their professions. All will work in the service of humanity. Many will go beyond our shores. I know that wherever they choose to work and settle, they will use their new skills to contribute to the making of a better world. wherever they live and work. Today's graduates will be University of Canterbury alumni. They will remain family. They become part of our worldwide community of scholars, well in excess of 100,000 strong and comprising a global supportive network. We look forward to maintaining contacts with them and welcoming them back home whenever they choose to come. It is time now for me to say the words which under law give effect to the highlight of our celebration. As each of our graduates comes forward, let us call to mind their work, their commitment, and the determination which have led them to this, their special moment. I now convene a ceremony of the University of Canterbury for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas. In the name of the University of Canterbury, I, Lionel John Wood, Chancellor, now confer degrees in this university upon those who are about to be presented. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Rod Carr, to introduce those who will present the graduands.
And I call upon the Deputy Dean of Postgraduate Research, Professor Bryce Williamson, to present the doctoral graduands.
Sir, I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees. Doctors of Philosophy, Priyurat Dokulab, in Accounting and Information Systems. Martha Smart in Taxation.
I call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Law, Associate Professor Chris Gullivan, to present the graduands in his faculty.
So I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees. Masters of Laws with First Class Honours, Jessica Ann Mary Bullock. Alistair Graham Hodson. Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Commerce with First Class Honours, Emma Elizabeth Moore. Bachelors of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Arts, Christopher James Bell. Madeline Daisy Caroline Brent Williams. Jessica Davies. Elena Gregorievic. Lara Elizabeth Mannis. Rachel Anna McMillan. Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Commerce, Stephen John Blair. Nigel Mark Salmons. Bachelors of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Science, Natalie Melanie Jones. Seamus William Pearson Woods. Bachelors of Laws with First Class Honours, Paul Russell McGregor. Celia Francis Olds. Bachelors of Laws with Second Class Honours Division 1 and Bachelor of Arts, Rebecca Jane Ardagh. Janelle Nicole Cook. Adam David Cox. Hannah Grace King. Andrew David Luck. Alexandra Lance Lee McGeady. Jonathan William Cranford Nicole. Bachelors of Laws with Second Class Honours Division 1 and Bachelor of Commerce, Mary Nicola Battersby. Lisa Susan Cameron. Bachelors of Laws with Second Class Honours Division 1, Althea Bianca Bagwin Carbon. Victoria Jane Hicks. Olivia Michelle Claassen. Nicholas Stephen Allen Koke. Courtney Elizabeth Martin. Christy Rose Pullen. Kimberly Amber Gale Smith. Finn Kahu Sumner. Kelsey Patricia Watson. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division 2 and Bachelor of Commerce, William Peter James Walsh. Bachelors of Laws and Bachelor of Arts, Jeremy Patrick Balconnell. Gregory Stewart Belton Brown. Laura Elizabeth Joan Bealby. Ashley Dawn Ariana Inoka. Lucy Rose Gaffican. James Robert Gallagher. Luke Peter Gossett. Rachel Caroline Harris. Tessa Kate Hogg. Miriana Elizabeth Hohepa. John Rudyard Afford Koss. Helena Manda. Jonathan Ryan March. Holly Rebecca McSweeney. Ruth Elizabeth McSweeney. Lucy Joan Sproat Montgomery. Andrew Allen Vaughan Neat. Trelise Amy Needham. Emily Ann Schwakard. Andrew John Slatter. Michael James Vanna. Catherine Stacia Very. Kitty Claire Ryan Williams. Emma Jane Yule. Bachelors of Laws and Bachelor of Commerce, Timothy George Brand. Rebecca Mary Green. James Henry Harris. Shannon Linda Hawkins Bellis. Timothy John Hickson. Adam Michael Lilly. Scott Michael McDermott. Thomas James McKinney. Dominic Roy Mill. Jeremy Stewart Morris. Harusha Makovis. Michael Alexander Mullins. Thomas Charles Glasson Nation. Shelley Mary Robotham. Min Jun Shin. Connor James Simmons. Jasmine Louise Smart. Tony Hoang Tran. Oscar Joseph Ward. Bachelors of Laws and Bachelor of Science, Hamish William Edward Drake. Jackson Corey Rowland. Richard John Wells. Bachelors of Laws, Erina Margaret Bars. Carolyn Olivia Berry. Miriam Margaret Catherine Black. Catherine Joan Bradley. Hamish Ian Cameron. Richard James Clark. Nellen Jude Dias. Anna Mary Thomas Galvin. Jordan Lee Hopkins. Jonathan Charles Barrington Howell. Katrina Marie Hunter. Rebecca Joy Jordan. Timothy Teng Lim. Kylie Marie March. Catherine Jeanette McCullum. Sarah Jane Munro. Joshua Philip Morgan. Watsala Tahani Ponapuuma. Chloe Beth Rosenditch. Amy Isabel Sanders. Kieran James Shanky. Sarah Jane Simpson. Roberta Parikawhai Tainui McClure. Asia Concelia Trinder. Jamie Lee Tuta. Dharmendra Ashkok Unka. Kitty Francesca Woodford.
I now call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Commerce, Dr. James, to present the graduates in his faculty.
Sir, I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees. Master of Business Administration, Kenneth William Tan Grant. Master of Business Management, Monique Kelly Milne. Bachelor of Commerce and Master of Engineering and Management, Sebastian John Stackelhorse Pierce. Bachelor of Commerce with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Arts, Ko Wei Lu. Bachelors of Commerce with First Class Honours, Samantha Bernadine Cabral. David Ross Chamberlain. Shannon Zachary Cohen. Hayley Janice Gargelo. Shelley Melissa Harrison. Grace Louise Hartley. Stacey Ann Huddleston. Joshua Ian Kerslake. Ulrich Gertrude Kiltworth. Matthew Derek McLaughlin. Rebecca Mary Morrissey. Fergal James O'Connor. Megan Emily Francis Parker. Sarah Joy Pratt. Philip David Punton. Rosemary Ann Reid. Christopher John Simcock. Hayden Stewart Strickett. Matthew Charles White. Thomas John Yee. Bachelor of Commerce with Second Class Honours Division 1, Alice Esther Ann Blair. Kate Amanda McKay. Rosemary Elizabeth Perry. Jared Gard Anthony Simpson. Yuan Tian. Bachelors of Commerce with Second Class Honours Division 2, Michelle Mi-Ying Chim. Matthew Mark Hamilton. David Edward Charles Shipton. Bernard Peter Trulin. Bachelor of Commerce with third class honours, Siosi Duwai Rakai Kavapalu.
Well, good afternoon. The musical item at this midway point is entitled Little Sea Gongs. This piece by New Zealand composer and well-known entertainer Gareth Farr is a miniature companion piece to a more substantial work called From the Depths Sound the Great Sea Gongs, composed for and played by the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra. The piece started as a short drumming piece to end the composer's stage show called Drum Drag. It was never notated and is intended to be fairly flexible in its instrumentation. Today, the piece will be played on 4 log drums and a kick drum. The drumming style is inspired by Rarotongan log drumming and is also, as you'll see, a visual spectacle in its own right. In 2006, Gareth Farr was made an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit for his services to music and entertainment. Today's piece will be played by Roanna Funk, Andrew Bell, Jordan Ryan Piers and Rachel Thomas. Will you please welcome them?
Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Arts, Jack Peter Bruce. Victoria Alice Heaven. Tessa Frances Inglis. David John Stokes. Natalie Louise Whitesell. Bachelors of Commerce and Bachelor of Science, Richard George Clifford Gray. Christopher Cole Hickey. Christina Marie Mannion. Renee Anne Mao. Jason Paul Smith. Emily Rose Gibbons Taylor. Bachelors of Commerce, Ellen Marie Action. Michael Graham Allardyce. Natasha Jane Anderson. Shelley Rosalind Aslam. Benjamin Rihanna Atmore. Holly Houston Baum. Nadia Grace Salvini Barnes. Grace Elizabeth Beebe. Mitchell Sean Bennett. Elizabeth Ann Birmingham. Sebastian Paul William Black. Tatiana Bogomazova. Richard Stewart Bramley. Chelsea Bernice Brooke. Simon Nicholas Carden. Stephen Jeffrey Cartwright. Matthew Brian Casey. Sarah Marion Cashmore. Kelly Evelyn Button Cattell. Shay Tao Chiang. Abigail Maria Mei Shang Chong. Kiriana Jane Clark. Lauren Jamie Clayton. William James Collins. Andrew David Connors. Bronwyn Mary Croucher. Jamie Gerald Cummings. Edward Ernest Dickey. Dian Adora Maishesh Nishan Samanchandra. William Richard George Douglas. Jenna Michelle Dothran Swift. Hamish Wilson Elliott. Christopher George Entwistle. Matthew John Evans. Elliot Faulkner. Joseph Griffiths Field. Monica Cecile Fisher. Claire Susan Fox. Amelia Jaquita Faye Freeth. Dante Armin Fife. Anna Maria George. Lucy Ann Goodwin. Lucy Kathleen Gray. Anna Jane Groundwater. Helen Brittany Gunn. Shakrola Hardari. Madeline Daisy Hale. Mark Edward Hampton. Sarah Hargreaves. Alexander William Hastings. Harrison Andrew Hawke. Frances Lydia Haycock. Shan He. Richard James Hanks. Rebecca Megan Hodges. Rajiv Alex Holden. Pei Fang Xu. Emma Courtney Hunter Ioane. Thomas Robert James. Alan Nicholas Jelly. Nicole Amanda Jensen. Song Jin. Courtney Elizabeth Jones. Joseph Luke Katane. Jamshed Kawa. Stuart Kilby. Charles Robert Codis. Shane Alice Lancaster. Michaela Morgan Latimer. Henry George Lawson. Frederick Frank Thomas Leckie. Anthony Paul Lee. Jiang Liang Lim. Margot Lindsay. Charlotte Annabelle Lisserman. Katie Marie Loader. Briley Emma Lobb. Daniel Wayne Locke. Madeline Amelia Locke. Daniel John Loney. Marina Jean McCartney. Sam Thomas McDonald. Dion Drigiato Manson. Ashley Laura Masterton. Thomas Alexander McBride. Blair Matthew McCabe. Samuel Rees McConnell. Scott Douglas McCormick. Sylvia Grace McRae. Jane Elizabeth McGuinness. Madeline Hilary Olsen McLeod. Michael Stewart Metrick. Christine Wahid Zachary Mina. Elizabeth Hannah Monaghan. Andrew Malcolm Montague. Stuart George Stratton Moran. Leah Rachel Murphy. Helene Najib. Mizur Nasser Al Hassan. Quinn Kim Nguyen. Nockburn Matthew Nguyen. Miriam Lauren Nicholson. Samuel Jack Olorenshaw. Isaac James Prevost. Alexandra Louise Quaife. Jedler Herman Rose. Jeremy Scott Safi. Adam James Sauter. Kate Marie Schroeder. James Patrick Shaw. Lydia Renee Shepherd. Jasmine Ching Mei Shi. Akish Blavant Chaval. Anna Florence Shrigley. Jessie Jane Sinclair. Jonathan Allen Skinner. Elizabeth Patuli Christina Smith. Sarah Lee Ann Smith. Meredith Ann Speedy. Nicole Hope Stenton. Kurt Anthony Straker. Jesse Colin Strickland. Hayden John Sword. Yilin Tang. Angus James Taylor. Grace Renee Taylor. Michael Peter Taylor. Georgina Frances Thompson. Kevin Shu Min Ting. Tobias Owen Howard Tripp. Su Wei Si. Benjamin Charles Van Opsieland. Kyung Kyung Wang. Rachel Faye Watson. Craig Patrick Whitnell. Betsy Kate Williams. Sophie May Wilson. Christopher Charles Winiata. Yao Xiao. Shuo Yang. Yuang Zhang. Hong Yeo.
I call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Law, Associate Professor Chris Gallivan, to read the citation for the recipient of the Honorary Doctorate of Laws.
Sir William Young is one of the University of Canterbury's most outstanding graduates. Graduating from the University of Canterbury in 1974 with an LLB with first-class honours, he was awarded the Gold Medal in Law by the then Canterbury District Law Society for being the top graduating law student in his year. He went on to complete a PhD at Cambridge University and returned to New Zealand to enter legal practice in Christchurch. From being a partner in his firm Young Hunter, he became a barrister sole in 1988 and only 3 years later a Queen's Counsel. In 1997, Sir William was appointed a Judge of the High Court, and rapidly progressing to the Court of Appeal in 2004, the Presidency of the Court of Appeal in 2006, and the Supreme Court of New Zealand in 2010. Few lawyers achieved such distinction, and his achievement was recognised in 2007 when he was made a Distinguished Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit and by the conferment of a knighthood in 2009. As a law practitioner, Sir William was involved with the New Zealand Law Society's educational program and, as a judge, has worked with the Institute of Judicial Studies, which is involved in the training of judges. He is the principal author of the Institute's Criminal Jury Trials Bench Book and has a number of academic publications to his name. Chancellor, I have the honour to present William Young for the conferment of the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Chancellor John Wood and members of the Council, Vice-Chancellor Rod Carr and members of the University staff, academic and administrative, and of course those of you who have just graduated and your families and friends. I am very honoured to receive an honorary doctorate from Canterbury University. I studied law at Canterbury more decades ago than I care to remember, and I also taught briefly in the law faculty. I have ever since followed the affairs of the university closely and with much gratitude for the fine legal education which was provided. The university I attended in the 1970s was very different from how it is now. The law faculty was still in town at what is now the Arts Centre. There was still a significant number of part-time lecturers, that is, practicing lawyers who gave lectures early in the morning or in the evening, and indeed there were still many part-time students. As this suggests, the study of law was not as exacting then as it later became, and I think the same was true of law teaching too. There was plenty of time for other things, and of course in those halcyon days major earthquakes only happened in other places, so it was another world. This morning I attended a morning tea for the law graduands, which was a lot of fun. I had a pretty good idea just how things had been for them over the last 30 months or so, but what they and the members of the faculty told me was nonetheless very sobering. And I know that their experiences, while different in some respects from those in other faculties, are broadly representative of the difficulties which have been faced right across the university. Indeed, I suspect that they have been not quite as severe as those which have affected the commerce students who graduated today. And of course, it's not just been students who have faced earthquake-generated problems. University staff, academic and administrative, have had rather a lot on their plates, to put it mildly. They've had to work much harder just to deal with the day-to-day realities of work, but at the same time put huge effort into planning for a different future. People who don't live in Christchurch tend not to appreciate just how tough it has been for people who have had to do all this, not only in relation to work, but also at home. It would be nice to believe that it is always darkest just before the dawn. There is of course, a variant of that saying, often attributed to Mao Zedong, namely that it is always darkest just before everything goes completely black. Being slightly pessimistic by nature, I am rather in the camp of the great helmsman. But despite this, I see much to celebrate in relation to the way in which the university and its members have responded to earthquakes and their consequences. For the public, it was a response which was characterised by the energy, public spiritedness and ingenuity of the Facebook organised student volunteer army, of which so many of you were and may still be members, and which struck such a chord in the hearts of all New Zealanders. And one very tangible point which came out of this is the reality that it's possible to make a difference, as you did. And tied into this is the importance of community engagement, which I think will be a big point of difference in the future for the university. But also to the fore, although not nearly so visible to the public, is the way in which the university has been adapting, often under considerable pressure of events and thus sometimes of necessity very quickly, to catastrophically change circumstances, but at the same time planning for a successful and sustainable future. This has had to be achieved using facilities and infrastructure which were cobbled together after the earthquakes and are far from ideal. And as I've said earlier, but it's worth repeating, people who have been doing this have also had to deal with major dislocations in their domestic lives. And it's the reality of overload, which so many people outside Christchurch just don't seem to get. Also to the fore, although again not visible to the public, has been the adaptability that you, the new graduates, have displayed over the last 30 months. There has been immense disruption to timetables. You've had lectures in tents and lectures off-site. Access to library facilities has sometimes been limited and is increasingly constrained. Without taking anything away from those who were teaching you, I suspect that some of them must have at times seemed a little distracted. And alongside all of this, there was huge disruption in your personal lives and in the lives of your family and friends, and the jolly earthquakes just kept on coming. It was easy to think it was the worst of times, but by reason of your responses today, I think should be regarded as the best of times. The degrees which you have been awarded are made all the more creditworthy by the extremely difficult circumstances in which you earned them. You're entitled to be very proud of what you've achieved. And I think you can be confident for the future because the degrees which you've been awarded required far more than the ordinary qualities of persistence, steadiness of mind and courage, and this will stand you in great stead. Your family members and friends who are here must be very proud of you and are, I am sure, tickled pink to be able to share the day with you, as indeed am I. Thank you.
Sir William, it lies with me to thank you on behalf of this audience for your address. The empathy which you were able to articulate is clearly one that resonates with many of us as students and staff of the university. And to hear you put in words the challenges which I know all have faced reflects extremely well on you and your willingness to observe our circumstances. We thank you for that. I shan't dwell on the past, but it is sensible to know that you will go forth from here special and different for having shared an extraordinary experience, not only as students at the University of Canterbury, but those who did persist and achieve in extraordinary times. I have no doubt that you will carry that broader learning and experience into the world, understanding better circumstances which may befall others in times of stress. being better able to empathise with those in difficult circumstances, while at all times practising your chosen trades and arts in ways that will make the world a different and better place. As we bring our proceedings to a close, I would ask that in a moment you stand so that we might sing Gareamus, which you practice so well before the ceremony, and remain standing so that the stage party might lead the graduates from the hall, and that we might then remember the extraordinary years which are now behind us. Congratulations on your achievements. Please stand.
Vivat